Good morning. Hi guys, happy Friday. This is gonna be like a spoiler alert, so I'm just gonna make sure you don't jump into anything until you know that if you don't wanna see the Advent calendar from Seint or you don't wanna see an eyeshadow look, you definitely don't wanna watch this. But as you're jumping on, say hi. I'm going to just quickly make sure that, hello. Hold on one second. All right, can you guys hear me? I had to make sure I was on Do Not Disturb. I was getting all these phone calls as soon as I went live. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? It said my connection wasn't good, so I just want to make sure. Okay. Hello? All right, if you can hear me, thumbs up, someone, that'd be great, so I know that I'm not just talking and you can't hear anything. Hello? All right. Yes, okay, thank you. I got a yes, good. Okay, so if you are jumping on, tell me where you're from. I always love to hear that. We're gonna be doing an eyeshadow look from the Seint Advent Calendar. So if you're not wanting to see that and you wanna be surprised and you wanna open it one by one, you can do that, but you don't wanna be on this live because I'm gonna spoil some colors. So, all right, thanks you guys. Okay, I'm glad you can hear me. So really quick, my name is Lauren. I am 42 years old. If you are not following me and you love simple, easy makeup, make sure that you are following me at this page because I make things as easy as possible for you. And today we're gonna do a really easy eyeshadow look, and I'm so excited to show you some of the new colors in the Advent calendar. Hello. Ooh, West Jordan, Utah. My husband is from Sandy, Utah, so very close to that. All right, okay, let's do this. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys really quick. Seint released their holiday releases yesterday, so if you weren't able to grab them, they are still available, they are still live, and the Advent calendar surprisingly did not sell out yesterday, so it is still available on the website. So if you see some colors you like, you're gonna wanna go grab them. They are not, you can't get them individually yet, so they are available only on the calendar, but I'm going to show you all the colors right now. So, really quick, are you ready for this? Make sure if you are here, you want to see this because I do not want to spoil this for someone that does not want to see this, okay? All right, this is one of the new palettes that Seint just released. It's my absolute favorite one. It's the embossed. It's a tan color. It's so pretty. So inside, I took all the Advent calendar colors out and I put them inside, so I'm going to show you guys, okay? Here we go. Don't watch if you don't want to see. All right, these are the new Advent colors. They are entirely different than anything that we have eyeshadow-wise. They are so pretty, and I am already obsessed with them. So we are going to be doing a look with, I think, 3 or 4 of these today. So my favorites that are brand new here that we do not, we have never had anything like this, are these purples. I love those colors. And then these green, these minty green, seafoam green, they're so pretty. So we're gonna do a little eyeshadow look with a couple of colors. So we're gonna be using, let's see, I wanna use this one right here, and I'm gonna have to pop them out because they're brand new. I don't know all the names. We're gonna do this one. We're going to use this one, which I believe is Dream, and we're going to do this one, and maybe throw in one of the colors as an eyeliner look. So we're gonna be using the new Etch brush too. So this is also a new brush from Seint. So this is a smudge side. You can see I had some breakage when I was trying to get the colors out, but this is the Etch brush. This is a smudger side, which is gonna be really great, especially if you have mature lids, because if we have texture at all, it's hard with eyeliner, so this brush is gonna be for you. And then on this side is a liner. And so I'm gonna show you how I would use this, and I'm really excited about this brush. We've been needing a brush like this for a very long time. All right, I'm missing a lot of your comments. I'm so sorry. So keep telling me where you're from, what you're up to, all the things. Who's glad it's Friday? It's been a very long week at my house. We have had sick kids all week. So finally, I think we've still got one down, but he's on the mend, so it's good. All right, so we're just gonna start with eyes. I already have my makeup on. If you're interested in the makeup that I wear, I do wear this one compact makeup. It looks like this. Everything inside of it is specifically designed for my face. It is a customized compact. I do free color matches, so if you are interested, all you have to do is comment match. When I post this video, if you do it now, I'm not gonna be able to help you. Or you can go to my website, which is laurenhalebeauty.com, and there's a free color match there. You can go get a free color match from me. I actually will give you all the recommendations for your face, but these are customized, so you can make it however you want for your face. It's an amazing thing, but they're very skin-like and it's all cream-based, okay? So that is what I already have on, but we're gonna do some eyeshadow. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna prime our eyes. A lot of people always say, why do I have to prime my eyes? The reason you wanna prime your eyes is it's gonna make your eyeshadow stay on, it's gonna blend better, and you're gonna get just a smoother finish. So I am using, this is the MAC Paint Pot, and I always prime on my lid up to my brow bone. The reason being is we're gonna be putting color there, so we wanna make sure that we don't have discoloration on the lids, because if you have discoloration on the lids, you go in with your eyeshadow, what's gonna happen is that color is not gonna look like how it looks in the pan, and then people get frustrated because you're just not getting the look you want. So that is all we're doing. MAC Paint Pot, absolute favorite. It is like, you can use it for so many things, so I love this so much. All right, if you guys have questions at all too, drop them down below. That's what I'm here for, to answer. All right, we're gonna get started. I do not have hooded eyes, but I do have small eyes and I have deep set eyes. So I'm gonna give you some tips today too of how to work with more mature lids. Like I said, I'm 42 years old. Every day is different. I wake up, I feel like there's always something that's a little bit different and you have to adjust, right? With mature skin, you just have to adjust. So I wanna show you really quick, brushes are really important and they're very key in how you get a good eyeshadow look. My favorite brushes, because they have so many different brushes, and they're made for all different eye shapes, is BK Beauty. So if you are looking for a really good eyeshadow brush or you are not sure, hi Ashley, if you're not sure why your eyeshadow is not going on or it doesn't look how you want, it could be your brushes. So I just want to show you really quick. If you have hooded eyes, using a smaller, fluffier brush instead of a very large one is going to be a game changer for you, especially if you have small eyes too, because the bigger this fluffier end is, the harder it is to really get a good blend. So I like this is a good medium size blending brush. This is the BK211. I really like this one. And then this is just one of their like flatter brushes for like the lid, which I'm gonna show you how to use this, but I wanna talk about handles really quick before we get started. Because I actually got a question like this the other day and they were asking why handles on brushes are so long. So this is almost, they're not the same brush, but they're similar, and you can see the difference. So one is a travel size option, which BK Beauty does have, and then one is a normal size option. So the reason I like the longer handle is because when you're holding your brush, you wanna hold it down low. So if you're holding it up here, you're gonna be smashing that eyeshadow in, you're not gonna have as much control, you're gonna put too much product on, and the more you put on, the harder it is to get a nice blended look. So holding it down low is gonna give you more control. So a longer brush to me gives you a little bit more control. If you're a beginner and you want a shorter type of handle, that's fine. Just make sure you're holding it down low. The shorter handle does make it easier to travel. So if you are somebody that travels, this is a great brush too. But rule of thumb, when you're doing eyeshadow, you never wanna hold your brush up here. If you're holding your brush up here, you're just gonna apply way too much product. Holding it down here, kind of like you'd hold a pencil, that's the kind of movement you want to do when you have a brush, okay? Simple, beginner. We just want to make sure that we're holding the brush correctly because you will get a much better look. All right, so let's get started. So we're going to start with this first color right here, and I'm just going to pop it out so you guys can see what I'm doing. I already primed my lids if you are joining. This is the color Dream, and I'm going to start with the, let's see, I'm going to use the 211 brush. So if you have hooded eyes, the first thing I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna kind of talk about all different eye shapes as I do this, but you wanna make sure you're looking straight ahead. So with hooded eyes, that basically means that you cannot see your lids, or you don't have a lid space, or maybe you have semi-hooded eyes where you just see a small sliver of a lid space. So that means that if your eyes are closed and you put your eyeshadow on and then open, that shadow is disappearing. You won't be able to see it. So when you keep your eyes open and you look straight ahead, you're gonna know perfect placement for you. So I like to kind of go straight where the arch of my brow would be and kind of just make a dot like this. and then I will then blend out from there. So once I have that kind of marked, then you can close your eyes because you already know that when my eyes are open, I'm gonna be able to see that product. So I'm just gonna go back and forth, and I'm gonna put this all over my lid, but I'm gonna start up high. You always wanna start with more product here and then less product as you come in. So that's why we always start out and then come in. Another thing people do with their eyeshadow is, it's very natural, is when you're blending, is to bring your hand down. And what that does is it brings your eye down. So instead of doing that, holding it down low, you wanna be kind of flicking it up to the tail and the arch of your brow, and that's gonna give you more of a lifted look. Now we can clean up anything that you know, if your hand does come down, that's normal. But when you're applying your eyeshadow, just kind of flicking it up is gonna give you that lifted look. So now my eyeshadow is placed, I'm gonna go onto the lid and just kind of put that all over. And this is the color Dream. And if you guys have any questions about eyeshadow, I know eyeshadow can be frustrating, drop it and we'll all kind of work through it together. Because if you have a question, I'm sure many other people have that same question. All right. So I am just kind of building that color as I go. One of the biggest things with eyeshadow is less is more, and you can build. So you never want to go in with a ton of color. If you go in with a ton of color and then try to take it off or try to blend it, it just can be a big mess. So I always start with a little bit and then kind of work to build that color. And that's one thing that's hard on social media, right? You see reels and we have to do them really fast. And so you don't see the build of color and how it actually works. Hi, Linda. So I'm just kind of showing you on this live, like actually how you build up the color on your eyes. It actually is a slower process than a lot of videos show. So if you guys didn't see what I did there, I just came straight up above that crease and I started by just kind of building the color there, flicking it up. If you do have more mature lids and this part of your lid space is heavy, you can, oh, thank you, Ashley. You can take your hand. You're not gonna pull up on your eye. You're not gonna hurt your eye. You're not gonna give yourself more wrinkles. All you wanna do is put it right where that crease is and just kind of tap into that fold. With mature skin, we're gonna have more wrinkles. We're gonna have more lines. We're gonna have a little bit of texture. It is okay to do that and just kind of place that where you need it and then kind of move on from there. So don't be afraid to kind of just move some of that movable skin, which happens as we age as well. Okay. So once I've got that placed, I mean, I think that color is so pretty alone. This is the color Dream from our Advent calendar. Yeah, movable skin, it's just normal, right? Like gravity as we age, one of the biggest things that take a toll on our face. I mean, I know my 20s, my face did not look the same. Everything starts coming downwards, right? Especially up here. So this becomes more heavy. I can even see it happening on myself. And so this movable skin is really hard to work with. And that's why people give up on eyeshadow. So if you just take your finger, it's literally just like a small movement to push up so you don't have that skipping, which is another thing that happens. Using small tools, another really important thing if you have that movable skin, that is going to be, it will be a game changer. So I hope that little tip will help a lot. Okay. There we go. That's Dream. Dream is on. Now we're gonna go in with the color. I don't even know all the names, so bear with me. Okay, this is the one I was really excited about. This is Eternal. I think it's so pretty. Let me just swatch this one for you because I think this is like the perfect winter fall color, but like it's such a good purpley burgundy color. Let's get an even better swatch than that. But how pretty is that? So gorgeous. So this is gonna go on the outer corner of the eye. So beginner rule of thumb with eyeshadow, we always wanna use a medium color as a transition color. If you use a medium color as a transition color, not too dark, not too light, one, you're not gonna have too much texture being shown. So if you do too light or too shimmery, you're gonna have a lot of texture, especially with mature skin. If you go too dark, it's gonna make your eyes look really closed. I always try to explain like darkness is kind of like contour, right? We're gonna recede that eye. We don't wanna do that. The name, oh my goodness, it's Eternal, I think. Yes, Eternal. That one's Eternal. It's so, so pretty. All right, we're gonna let's use the fluffy brush again. And I'm gonna just pull my hair kind of back so you can kind of see even more. Now, with this, one of the biggest things that I see is people go in with way too much product, like I said before. So we're just gonna take a little bit. This is a powder. This is not a cream. Now you can turn it into a cream, which is kind of fun. If you use Seint, there is a product called Demi Balm, and you can actually make these into a cream. So if you prefer a cream, you can turn any powder eyeshadow into it, which is kind of fun. I like to do that with my shimmers a lot, especially if you don't like fallout. It's a great trick. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to start. You wanna think, I've got this all over my hand. You wanna think lifted, right? So we want to think lifted. So when we are placing it, we don't want to place it too low. If I place it right here, what that's going to do is it's going to bring my entire eye down. So same thing with placement of the face with makeup. Eyeshadow is the same way. So we want to come right here, almost at where my arch of my brow is, and I'm going to just lift. I'm just going to do a little lift. See how I barely pulled up like that? Because I do have a heavier brow bone right there that comes down, so I get a lot of skipping. So I'm just making a quick little mark right there for myself. And then from there, I'm going to start kind of working it in to the outer corner. And I'm only gonna keep it on the outer corner only, and we wanna keep it lifted. So if you ever see like Pinterest and you're like, how do they get this great blend? It's because they don't, first of all, they place their colors, but second of all, they're not putting a ton of product on, and they're using placement, and the right tools are really key. But I'm gonna show you how you're gonna blend this out so it doesn't look dark and scary, okay? So, once I've got that placed, basically my placement here is like a backwards 7 or a 7, depending on what eye you're on. I'm gonna try to get up really close so you can see this. See how I'm just bringing it down? It's almost like this. It's coming upwards, but I'm not coming down into a droopiness. I'm trying to keep my eye lifted. Okay? Now, if you have skipping, it's okay, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna go back into your transition color. You're just gonna tap a little bit on there, and you're gonna go right on top of what you just did. And that's going to give it a nice blend. The transition color is huge if you want a really nice, pretty, seamless, blended eye. See how that's already making that look very, very seamless. Trying to get really close so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm still just focusing that though on the outer corner. I'm not coming in. Can we see that? See how that's just nice blended and it's not crazy, okay? Turning the powder, I can actually show you guys how to do that. It's really easy. I think I have my Demi here so I could show that to you, yes. Now, if you get this too high, yes, I will do that. If you get this too high, I'm gonna show you how to fix that, so don't worry about that, okay? But can you see how I'm already raising that eye just by the placement? It's really cool how you can do that. Okay, let me do the other eye really quick. Pull back my hair so you can see. And then you guys, I'm barely tapping. Like, there's not much product on my brush when I go in here because I don't wanna put so much product on the brush that I'm feeling out of control or I feel like I have to take it all off, okay? And yes, eyeshadow can take time. If you want a really nice eyeshadow look, it's gonna take time. You can slap colors on, and that's fine too. That is totally fine. But if you want a really nice seamless blend, it takes a little time. So one thing, I don't know if you can see this on the video, but I am skipping really bad right here because I do have a heavier brow bone. So I'm just taking it right on the arch and I'm pulling up. Just hardly at all, so I get right into that crease because my skin is a little heavier there. I'm not pulling. You might have seen other like makeup artists, they use tape. That's the exact same thing that you're doing right here. You're just barely pulling up. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with my transition color and I'm gonna blend all this out to really give it just a really seamless, flawless look. Holding down low so I have control. Hi, Sally. Okay. So pretty. All right. Now, we're gonna clean up here in just a minute. So, because I think it's just a little too high for my liking, so we'll clean that up and I'll show you how to do that. All right, now I'm gonna show you, I'll turn my shimmer into a cream for you, okay? So you can see what that looks like. I think I have my demi in here somewhere. I do. Okay, so this is my demi. This is Demi Balm. This is what it looks like. It's just like a little, I don't know, it's clear. And what you're gonna do is you're going to take your eyeshadow. So we're gonna take this color. This color right here is Legend. And you're going to take your brush. We're gonna use this brush. And you're gonna tap into your balm, okay? So just a little bit onto the brush, just like that. Nothing fancy. And then you're going to tap into your eyeshadow. And what that does is it's gonna change the consistency and it's going to just turn it into a cream. And it's gonna make it more pigmented. So if you want your eyeshadow to really pop, like that's what that's gonna do. How pretty is that? Can you guys see how that just made that? Look how pretty and like pigmented that does. If I should show you on the other side what that shimmer looks like without, because it will not pop like this. So if you can make it into a cream, you're gonna get your shimmer to pop and it's not gonna have any fallout, which is awesome too. How pretty is that? Okay, I love that. Oh, they're so good. Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of build on that. Like that. So pretty. So that one is Legend. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So just a little Demi Balm on your brush. And the Demi Balm is also really nice. It's like a really good multi-use product. You can actually put it underneath your eyes if you crease. So if you have creasing like from your concealer, you can just tap that underneath too. Now, one little trick for you, if you have texture on the lids, instead of going this way and tapping, you are gonna go down against the texture and you're going to have less texture on the lids and it's gonna be a lot more seamless when you apply your eyeshadow. Can you guys see how that's not showing like the texture of my lid because I'm coming down against the grain? So I'm just gonna come against the grain of my lid, coming down versus this way. Look how pretty that is. That is gorgeous. I love that color. Okay, so Dream, Eternal, and Legend. Okay, wait, let me see. Hold on. Demi Balm underneath concealer or on top? On top. You're gonna wanna put that on top. And it's going to just kind of smooth everything out. So I just tap it on my finger and I just put it underneath. Okay, I'm gonna grab my spot brush. 1 second, it's right over here. Hello, Haley. Okay. So this is my Demi spot brush, and now we're just gonna kind of clean up. We're just gonna clean up our under eyes just a little bit because we don't want this going so high. We still wanna have a space, and especially as, you're so welcome, Linda, especially as we get older, we lose this space. Like our arch of our brow, if you've noticed, I've noticed, the arch of my brow is not the same as it used to be. It is less of an arch, and so it comes down. So what we wanna do is create the illusion that we have more of an arch here, because what that's gonna do, it's gonna lift the eye, right? So what we're gonna do is we're going to, you can do this with any concealer. So if you have a concealer you love, you can do this with anything. I am using my cream palette because it's just handy. Everything is right here. And this is my spot brush. I'm just gonna take, this is a lighter color right here. This is my main foundation color. This is my concealer color. It's about 1 shade, 2 shades lighter. And I'm just gonna take that and almost like paint it underneath where the arch of my brow is. And that's gonna just lift. It's also gonna clean up that area. And then whatever's left on my brush, I'm just gonna come right here and clean that up. Can you guys see the difference with how that just lifted that eye? Just a tiny bit of product, how that just gives just more of a lifted eye. So cool. Easy, you guys. You don't need a ton of product to get an amazing look. Like, you don't need much product at all. It's all placement. And once you figure out placement, makeup's easy. Yeah, okay, I love it. And I haven't even done my brows yet, so we haven't even raised them yet. Okay, so just a little bit. And this is just like one of those finishing touches that a lot of people skip. And if you don't skip it, you'll see a big difference in your look. So I'm not using much product at all. I'm just tapping that out. Just like that. So easy, right? Okay. Then I'm going to use, this is my new brow gel I've been trying. This has like a growth serum in it. So if you can see on my eye or on my brows, I'm kind of starting to lose a little fullness there. So I get my eyebrows microbladed. I'm kind of over my appointment time, so I'm trying to get the brow hair to grow back there. But this little guy right here is a gel. It holds it like a wax, but it's also got a thickening serum in it. So it's going to give my brows that appearance of being thicker. It's also going to help grow them. So if you have sparse brows, this might be a little fun product for you to try. And I'm just brushing them up. I love the size of this too because it just fits in my purse. Brushing your brows up like this, you can fill them in. I'm not going to fill them in today just because, I don't know, I don't want to. Feeling lazy. There we go. And you just kind of come here. There. See, just even brushing them makes a big difference. Do I trim my eyebrows? I don't. I actually don't. When I was younger, yes, but my brows have gotten a lot more sparse, and so I'm very careful around my brows. I do use like a razor, and I do shape my face, so I do come down and like shave around them, but I never like trim them with a scissor. What's the product? This is from Monat. It's actually there's a link in my bio for the website, or you can just comment, I don't know, should we say brows? And I'll send you the link for it. But new favorite product. And then the other one that I absolutely love too is this mascara, which I'll show you in a minute. But we haven't finished our eyes yet. We've got to do a little bit of a liner. So we're gonna use this Etch brush. I agree. Etch brush. Okay, so this side is a smudge brush, okay? Now, if you have mature lids and you're like, liner is really hard, I can't see what I'm doing, you're gonna like this brush. So I'm gonna show you how I would use it. With the product on your lid, how do you deal with any creasing over the course of the day? So on like my eyeshadow, how do I deal with creasing? So definitely a primer is going to help. I don't have oily lids, so I don't have a hard time with creasing. But what you can do is you can use a powder before you go in. So using a primer, huge, will help with creasing. And then going in with a little bit of translucent powder before you go on is gonna help set your eyes too. So those would be my best tips for you. Okay, I'm getting a lot of comments. Hold on. Oh, Barb, will you make sure that when I post this video on my main page that you comment brows, because I won't see this, I'll lose it, and I don't want to forget to give that to you. How do I join your group on Facebook? So I have a link in my bio, so if you go to my main page under profile, you can go just, it'll say Facebook Beauty Group, and you can go join it, or you can message me and I'll just send it to you too. Okay. All right, you're so welcome, Haley. Okay, let's do a little bit of liner, okay? So I want to use, what color do I want to use? Let's do this color. I have not ever used it, so we'll see how this goes. I kind of, actually, no, I don't want to use that color. we're going to use an older color. I don't want to use anything too dark because I don't want to take away from the eye look. Okay, we'll do this one. We're gonna use Spell, okay? So this is Spell. And one thing that I've been doing a lot with liner, and if you have hooded eyes, this is gonna be a great tip for you, is you can just fill in. So where we have more like lashes that are more sparse, or we don't have a lid space to do liner, because that's the number one problem with hooded eyes, we don't have the lid space, you can actually look up like this. And instead of going into the waterline, because I know a lot of you are sensitive with that, you are just going to take the eyeshadow or a liner, you can do it with just any kind of liner pencil, and you're just gonna kind of just run it on the lash line. So two things with that. It's gonna give you definition, but it's also gonna fill in any sparse lashes that you have as well. I've been doing this a lot and I love it. It just gives a really thick look to the eye without having to try to get on top of the eye and line it. So that's one way you can do it, but I'm gonna show you another way. So what I like to do is take this brush and you're going to just dip in to your eyeshadow, okay? So I don't have a ton on there. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray the brush with setting spray. Why am I doing that? I'm doing that so that I don't get smudging. I'm doing that so it stays on all day, and I'm getting that so that I don't have transfer, okay? So what you're gonna do, now a lot of people will go like this, and then what happens is it drops, okay? So what I suggest doing is we're just gonna go right here, and I'm just gonna push the product into, like almost like I'm on top of the lashes, and I'm not gonna go all the way across. I'm just giving myself some depth. See how that's just giving me some depth, but it's not giving me too much, okay? And then I'm just gonna go for a wing. I'm not gonna do a huge wing. I'm not a big fan of a big, huge wing because I like natural. But if you want a little bit of a wing to make your eye look a little bit more open, if you follow the bottom part of your eye, just like this. So basically I'm right here, I'm stamping. I'm at an angle, okay? I'm gonna stamp like that, and then I'm gonna follow it up. Just follow it straight up. See how I just made myself a wing? So easy. I follow the natural shape of my eye. I'm not holding on, I'm not pulling, I'm just following the natural shape up, and then I'm just gonna connect that to the top. And then if I didn't get that 100% perfect, just take your other side of the brush and you can just smudge that out. And that'll even give it a softer look. But do you see how that just kind of made my eye open and then just kind of like give it a little bit more of an elongated look? Like you can already see that one looks so much bigger than that one by literally following the shape of my eye. It's crazy. Okay, so let's do it again. It's super easy, okay? So take your brush, put it into the eyeshadow, and you're gonna spray your brush with the setting spray. This is a really important thing because who has time to fix their makeup? We don't, okay? Oh, and this is my new favorite setting spray. It's super affordable too. This is the e.l.f. This is the Stay All Night Blue Light Micro Setting Spray. If you guys are not following my Amazon storefront, you should because I have all this linked as well. Okay, this to me is my harder eye. I have a lot more of a hood going on here and I have a lot more texture. So for me, this one's gonna be great for you to watch because this is a harder one. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just close and I'm just gonna run this right next to the lash line. I'm not even being very careful. I'm just making sure I'm almost like right on top of that lash line. I don't even care if it's a straight line, okay? Then I'm gonna come underneath. So I like to go about right where my pupil is, like where my pupil is. I can't even talk today. You guys, I slept like maybe 3 hours last night, so bear with me. Oh, thank you. Okay, so right here, right where my pupil is, I'm going to start here and I'm following the bottom. I'm not even in my waterline. So if you have a hard time with a waterline, this is gonna be for you because you don't have to go in your waterline. Okay, and you're just gonna go straight up. And as I'm coming up, I'm turning my brush to the angle of the eye. I'm not keeping it straight and I'm following it up. Now, if you have a fold of skin that comes down, you wanna be under that fold of skin, okay? So I'm trying to get really close so you can see. It's okay though if you mess up, because I'm under that fold of skin. Can you see that fold of skin, how I just kind of came right under it? So I'm just stamping. I'm not even moving my brush like this, I'm just stamping. And then when I get to the top of the eye, I'm just going to connect it. And then, oh, if I mess up, I just come in with that smudge side of the etch brush and just smudge it out. I just gave myself a really nice little wing. If you want a little more depth, you can always go back in and just add that as you go. But look how that just took that up a notch. Like that literally just took that up a notch and it looks so good. So I'm just gonna kind of make this just a little less harsh. Just like that. How easy, you guys, right? The Etch brush is so easy. So if you have a hard time with liner, you guys, it's a game changer. You're gonna love it. Okay, last thing. We're gonna add a little mascara. I already have a little bit on, but I'm gonna add a little bit more. This is my favorite mascara. I was just telling you, the growth serum that's in my eyelash, or my brow serum is also in this. Just comment brows, lashes, whatever. I'll send you the link. It's awesome. My lashes are finally growing. I used to wear extensions and I had so much lash fallout that I started losing my lashes. So I was like, I can't do this anymore. And my eyes got really sensitive. So I started using this and my lashes are finally growing. So I'm definitely not the girl that you're gonna be watching that has fake eyelashes because I can't do it anymore. I've just become very natural. And make sure you're dropping this after I post, you guys, because I won't be able to find you and give you that information till after. It's such a good product. And if you are not in the United States or Canada, you can get this globally, which is really cool. Okay. Love this one. This is such a good one. And the wand is really cool. See how you have the wand like this? You can get right into the lashes. Okay. And it instantly gives the look of thicker lashes, which I love because my lashes are so stubby and thin from all the fallout. And also, when I was younger, I've always had anxiety and I would pull my eyelashes. So growing eyelashes for me is a bugger. So this has been really good. Okay, that's it. All right, what do we think? Do we like this eye look? I think it's really pretty. So if you guys are wanting to shop, all you have to do is comment. Let's do. I have you commenting like a ton of different things. So when I post this, I'm actually going to tell you what to comment. I'll send you all the links. We'll just do one word. But if you want a free color match, I also do that for my one compact makeup. So if you want skin-like, easy makeup, everything in one compact, we can do that too. But I'm so glad you guys hung out with me. It was so fun. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. We are busy. We are heading to sports all weekend. I've got 3 kids, so they keep me nice and busy, but I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging with me. I'm sure I'm going to be going live next week, so I hope you join me. But yeah, all right, you guys, have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll talk soon. Bye.